When you came in, I thought I'll call you Vidya, and I'll play a word game where I'll call you Vidya Balan, because that film, I haven't seen the second part, and not because I don't think it'll be good, but I just haven't seen the second part. My brother was a part of the editing team of the first film. My mother is a huge fan, and I've been told to specially talk about Kahani.
अरे वाह.
That's man, वैसी film नहीं बनती. और वैसी performances भी देखने को नहीं मिलती. That is a anomaly in how films are made.
And if I tell you, Samdish, how that film got made, na? You know how it is. Your previous film determines how much money you'll get for your next film.
Okay.
Right? Especially as a director. And Shujoy had just had, I think, two flops in a row.
Aladdin and Home Delivery.
Yeah. And, you know, it was difficult for him to put together a film, but he was really passionate about it. We connected because I feel almost quasi-Bengali.
Why is that, though? We'll come back to Sujoy, but why is that?
I don't know. My mother says maybe you were bong in your past life or something, but I cannot tell you how comfortable I am in everything Bengali. Right from school, I would learn Bengali from my friends who were Bengali.
Achha.
And I remember learning a song way back in school from one of my friends.
इस स्कूल का क्या नाम था?
St. Anthony's in Chembur.
ठीक है.
Convent.
उस गाने का नाम याद है जो 8वीं में याद किया था?
हाँ.
वो बताओ, कुछ सुना दो.
आनंदो आकाशे बाताशे शाके शाके पाकी डाके कतो शोभा.
Am I on the sets of Parinita suddenly?
Yeah. Then, of course, I got my first break in Bengali. I was, after 3 years, you know, I'd begun to, मेरा confidence जो है डगमगा रहा था.
Correct.
And at that time, I met Pradeep Sarkar. And then he began to prepare me for Parinita. But in the meantime, I got a Bengali film.
Yeah.
Bharuteko. Dinesh Raut got me in touch with Gautam Haldar, who's a director. And he said, this is a story, I'm sending you the script. I read the script, kuch mujhe samajh mein nahi aaya, because as in, I didn't know how to read a script, right? It was my very first.
Sure.
I was just happy that I was getting a film to do in the land of Ray. And I went ahead and did the film. Dada was very upset with me about that also. Because he said, I'm preparing you for your big break.
पहली फिल्म आपने परिणीता नहीं की. इस वजह से वो नाराज तो होंगे ही.
So, but मेरा ये था कि there have been so many misses between the
You just wanted to get it.
Cup in the lip that I said, अगर ये फिल्म मुझे मिल रही है तो मैं करना चाहती हूँ.
Your favorite Ray film?
Everyone says Charulata, but mine actually is. How can I forget? I have a poster of that in my room.
फोन करो सिद्धार्थ जी को पता लगाओ.
नहीं. Yeah, it's my favorite film. What's happening to me?
देवी?
No.
महानगर?
Mahanagar. I loved that film. And I have a poster of that right next to my dressing table.
I also felt like it might be Charulata for you.
Yeah. No.
Because you are Charulata.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. I've got a massive poster of Charulata that my husband gifted me that I put up on a wall. And I have to tell you that when I was doing advertising, the first time I heard of Madhavi Mukherjee was I was doing an ad with Nomita and Shubir from this production house, White Light. They're very respected directors.
ठीक है.
And, you know, suddenly Nomita turned to me and said, oh, you look so much like Madhavi Mukherjee. And I said, who's that? And she said, you don't know. She was Ray's heroine in quite a few films. She was his muse, and they made some lovely films together. So after that, I went and watched it. And then when I met Pradeep Sarkar also, he kept saying Madhavi Mukherjee. So he actually cast us together in a Shubha Mudgal music video as grandmother and granddaughter. Yes. So I met Madhavi Mukherjee in her house.
And
and I still remember Dada, Pradeep Sarkar, his wife, one of his assistants, Lynn, and me had gone to meet Madhavi ji. And when we entered the house, I was wearing these big sunglasses. And then we went and got introduced to her and all that. And then she showed us her old pictures. And in one of the pictures, she was wearing the exact same pair of sunglasses. And it was strange. You know, anyway, I was telling you that Siddharth gifted me this poster. And I put it up on the wall. And the day it was put up, my house help passed by and stopped, said, दीदी ये कौन सी पिक्चर है आपकी? I said मेरी नहीं है. Because it's written in
I would say
Bengali.
now more than ever.
Sorry, now,
हाँ,
yeah.
Because I met you today, ये भी हो सकता है. But
Yeah.
dude, you are चारुलता. उसमें कोई doubt हो नहीं सकता.
I'm flattered because I would have loved to work with Ray.
Yeah.
At least I look like his muse.
But Mahanagar. Anyway, Bengali connection, Sujoy. We're back to Sujoy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Sujoy was...
अच्छा, Sujoy, sorry.
नहीं, Sujoy.
I'm a Punjabi, I can do this. कहानी के बारे में बात होनी थी.
Yeah. So Sujoy and I were talking about a few ideas to do a film together. I liked him. He's a mad, quirky Bengali.
मुझे झंकार बीट्स बहुत पसंद है.
हाँ, it's such a lovely film, ना?
I fight with my friend saying दिल चाहता है से ऊपर है झंकार बीट्स. कोई मेरी बात मानता नहीं है.
I'm going to call Sujoy and tell him that. He narrated a few ideas to me and we were meeting often those days. He would say, okay, what about this? And I'd say, yeah, okay, not so great. But when he narrated the idea of, I think I was at the shoot of Pa, if I'm not mistaken. And he was also at Film City and he called me and he said, listen, I want to discuss something with you. And we were coming back. We were going in the same direction. So we drove back together and he said, ye hai idea. And I said, I love it. What are you doing? Just write it. He wrote it. And what he did is with every literally scene that he wrote, he would share it with me. So I felt like I was part of the writing process. So it's a very special film for me in more ways than one. So I was constantly telling him, acha, yeah, this is sounding great. Maybe this is not. And then he would, rework it a little or whatever. Or he would say, nay, but I feel it's absolutely okay, whatever. It was a collaborative process, but he wrote it completely. Then when we were ready, he went to one producer after the other and people kept saying no. And then finally, there was one studio that said they were willing to back the film as long as I was not in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What studio is this?
I wish I could name these people for you, but unfortunately I
won't
can't.
put it in the edit, please. Vidya ji, please.
गड़े मुर्दे नहीं उखाड़ना है, उखाड़ने पर
अगर मुर्दे हो ही गए तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, उखाड़ो या फेंको?
वो कुछ लोग जिंदा मुर्दे होते हैं.
ऐसे मैंने कभी देखे नहीं. अगर एक का एग्जांपल दे देंगे तो मजा आ जाएगा.
So I'll tell you after the cameras are off. But
you can text it to me.
Done.
Yeah.
I'll do that. मेरा phone मेरे पास नहीं है अभी.
ठीक है. I found an opportunity for you to have my number.
I'll take it. Don't worry. So I said, he came and told me this, and I said, you must go ahead and make the film because it's a brilliant script. And he said, no, but I don't want to make it without you. And I said, but listen, you have to be practical. Because already I had seen Pradeep Sarkar go through the same thing on Parinita, because Vinod Chopra was getting the biggest of female stars to act in the film, and Dada was stuck on me. But finally, he therefore, credit to Vinod Chopra, he gave me the opportunity to test and retest and retest, and finally said, okay, you are my Parinita, But in this case, I was like, I was already established by now. So I said, please go ahead and make it. He didn't. And in that interim, we got a very shoestring budget from Jayantilal Gada of Penn. We went ahead, we worked our asses off to make that film within budget. But we made it, we enjoyed the process so much.
It does seem like that. It penetrates to the audience.
Yes, I cannot tell you how much I remember every single day of shoot on that film.
That film can compete with any international film, is what I think. वो कुछ next level है.
And no, but also because you can see Sujoy's intelligence in that film.
Yeah.
A lot of times I think the films don't do justice to his intelligence. And this was one film where I felt that, this is Sujoy for you in flesh and blood, actually.
I really love Home Delivery also.
Yeah,
Home Delivery
it was quirky. It was. It's it is quirky.
Yeah, dude.
What is that cleavage Kumari,
Mahima Chaudhary ka character hai. And that one step that everyone keeps falling from.
Yeah, crazy.
That's Sujoy.
But that's Sujoy for you.
Yeah.